My name is Sabrina, creator of Révélée. This space is dedicated to women who feels like something inside them is calling for more. More meaning, more truth, more connection with themselves. And today, I want to share the story of why Révélée exists. Because it started with a question that completely changed my life. Many women wakes up one day with a very uncomfortable question. A quiet moment where you suddenly stop and ask yourself something deeper than usual. Not just, what should I do next? But something more existential. Something closer to this. How did I end up here? And what am I even doing with my life? Sometimes it's not that the life you're living isn't yours. It's that it suddenly feels like it has no meaning. You keep moving forward, doing what you're supposed to do. But inside, something feels empty. And the strange thing is this feeling rarely appears suddenly. It usually builds slowly over time. Because nobody teaches us women how easy it is to slowly lose ourselves. Because most of us don't suddenly wake up lost. It happens little by little. We grow up learning how to follow expectations, be good daughter, be good partners, good professionals. Later, we try to become good mothers, good friends, good everything. And there is nothing wrong with those rules. But when life becomes only about meeting expectations, we stop asking ourselves a very simple question. Who am I underneath of all this? And slowly, we start wearing masks. Masks created by society, family, culture, until one day we realize we're not even sure where the mask ends and where we begin. For me, everything changed when something very important happened in my life. Motherhood didn't just change my life, it forced me to see the truth. When I became a mom, something shifted inside me. At first, I thought motherhood simply changed my life. But the deeper truth is it woke me up because I started looking at the way I had grown up, the things I believed were normal, and I realized something very uncomfortable. Some of those things were actually working against me because they shaped my fears, the way I reacted, the way I saw myself. And suddenly something became very clear. If I didn't question those patterns, my children would inherit them too. And that's when I understood something important. If I wanted something different for my children, I had to start by doing the work on myself. And you know what? That realization led me to a question that was both simple but terrifying. There is one question that can completely change your life. And that question is this. Who am I really? Not who people expect me to be. Not the version of me shaped by fear or expectations. But the person underneath all of that. When you ask that question honestly, something inside you begins to shift. You start noticing where you stopped listening to your intuition, where you choose survival instead of authenticity. And this is where I discovered something that changed my perspective completely. What if you're not lost? You're just buried under everything that life placed on you. Because this journey isn't about pretending the past didn't happen. You cannot erase your story. You cannot erase the trauma. Those experiences shaped you. They build strength you didn't even know you needed. But sometimes they also create a kind of a fog that's made of fear, pain, or even old survival patterns. And that fog hides the person you truly are underneath. And that realization became the foundation of something much bigger. Révélée is not about becoming someone new. This journey is not about fixing yourself, and it is not about erasing your past. It's something much deeper. It's about remembering who you really are under everything life placed on top of you. Seeing clearly through the fog, through the trauma, through the expectations, and slowly revealing the person that has always existed inside of you. And that brings me to the most important realization of all. One of the hardest things a woman can do is to choose herself. Many women feel this quiet voice inside. A voice that whispers, there must be more truth, more alignment, more authenticity. And sometimes the most powerful thing we can do in life is to simply choose ourselves. And that is exactly why I created a little something called Éclore. If you feel that calling too, you can begin your journey with the Éclore guide through the link in my bio. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to stay connected with this journey. Follow this channel if you want to explore more about reconnecting with yourself, rediscovering your truth, and revealing who you truly are. And if you know a woman who might need to hear this message, please share this video with her, because sometimes one conversation can become the beginning of a completely new path. Welcome to Révélée.